Hi, everybody. It is Eamon here, and welcome to another Pat Monk Presents podcast. Today, all the way from London, we have Hauwa, who's joining us with the company called Kugali. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone.
Hey, great to have you. Great to have you on the podcast. So, for maybe those who are listening in who aren't familiar with Kugali, can you give us a quick download and overview of what it is you do and how you help people and get the word out?
Okay, so again, thank you for having me on the podcast. For everyone who doesn't know Kugali, so it's pronounced as Kugali. So we are a company that we're trying as much as possible to be at the forefront of telling African stories. We are situated in London, in the UK, but we, as much as possible, try to carry along Africans, both in Africa and in the diaspora as well, too, by telling African stories by Africans to people around the world. So that's basically what we do, the long and short of it. We use tech to ensure that it's being done. So we do that in form of augmented reality, 3D animation, and as well, we also write comic books on the side as well, too. So that's what we do.
Wow, it sounds interesting. Augmented reality, telling the story, and then you have all of this. And I believe that you have even a new academy coming up later in the year.
Yes, we do. It's called Kugali Academy. We're trying as much as possible to ensure that there's a lot of representation in the media and arts community as well too. So what we're doing is we created an initiative to try as much as possible to train free of charge people in Africa, just to ensure that we could create the next generation of creators and artistic people in terms of animators as well too. So our first country of launch is in Kenya, and we're very excited about it, to be honest, because growing up, it just would have meant a lot to see someone like myself being represented in animations and whatnot. And that's what we're trying to ensure, that for the younger version of me, they could be proud of what we are doing today in the future.
Fantastic, fantastic. I was on the website and some of the drawings are incredible. So, like with this as well, I mean, how are you getting the word out? Like you're saying that you're in Kenya, you're in like international, like in Africa, in Europe, in London. So,
Mhm.
how are you getting the word out? Are you using social media? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Google? Is it SEO? Like what different channels are working really good for you at the moment?
Okay, so right now we're trying to leverage the use of social media and paid marketing as well too. The good thing is we've also been able to earn media representation and press releases with our collaborations with the bigger organizations on the projects that we're doing. So that in itself as well too has been able to create some footprints for us. So it's a combined effort of everything, where for every time there is a mention of Kugali on social media or paid marketing, it takes you back to the website, and we try as much as possible to take visitors on a journey so we could ensure that they could be conversant with what we do, the comic books that we sell, which you could also find on our website, www.kugali.com, and also across our social media as well too. Oh yes, and we're also on Amazon and Shopify as well. So that's what
Fantastic.
we try to combine everything.
Exactly. And for example, like you're saying, when people come off social media and they come to the website, I mean, how important is the website at taking those visitors and maybe turning them into future clients or just building awareness or, how important is the website for that?
I mean, generally, like for every business, having a website is very optimum. You need to have a website so people could read more about you. It's one thing for other people to tell your story. It's another thing for you to own your story. So even if it's in the form of just an information website, for us, we try as much as possible to combine it. So you could as well, if you want to take the information forward, because we have each and every synopsis of our story on it. So it's very important that we do that, because from the synopsis, then it can take you to then wanting to discover more, even buying the comic books or even wanting to collaborate with us as well too. So it is very important. The website plays an important role for us as a company.
Yeah, it looks like it. And with this kind of switching gears a little bit and talking more about you, how as a leader within marketing, I mean, what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis?
Mm, that's a good question. Ooh. So I am a jack of all trade, and I like to try out new things. It's just who I am and who I've always loved to be. I hate to be idle. And apart from trying as much as possible to ensure that the word gets out, I mean, what we're doing is life-changing. We're telling stories that have never been told, and we're being at the forefront of that. And we're doing it across the world. So despite the fact that we're in Europe, we're always trying as much as possible to be in America as well too, because we have a lot of Africans there as well. So there's a lot of traveling involved in the job. There's a lot of storytelling involved in the job. There's a lot of meeting of incredible people like you as well too involved in the job. So it keeps me busy. It keeps everyone in the company busy as well. We're a young company. So as much as possible, we try to stay young, creative. So anything you can do is all hands on deck, and it is an incredible experience. I dare say this is one of my best experiences so far. So it really keeps me busy, and that's what I like, because I like jobs that help you to think on the spot. So yeah, that's my day.
That's great. I mean, you sound very busy in a good way, and
Yes,
definitely,
in a
like,
good way.
I can definitely feel your passion for what you're doing, which is amazing. And like in that, like imagine if you could go back to your first day when you got started. If you could turn back time, what would you do differently, knowing what you know now? Or what advice would you give yourself if you could start all over again?
All over again from the start at Kugali, or all over again as a young child? Okay,
Well,
at
no,
Kugali.
together. We won't go back that far.
Amen to that. So let's just stick to Kugali. Okay, as I think as a starter at Kugali, I would advise myself, just keep doing what you're doing. You're incredible, you're amazing. You chose the right organization to work with. You have an incredible support system at Kugali, from the executives to everybody on the, it is an incredible place to work. And I'm not just saying it because I work there, I'm saying it because I genuinely feel that way. So I'll say thumbs up, Hauwa, for finding Kugali, and for Kugali finding you as well. And it's going to be an incredible journey. I mean, you get to work with animations and 3D. It's really incredible, to be honest. I'm very excited about it. And I've been there now for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. I can, and really everybody listening in can tell as well. So with this, like, yeah, working, like, it sounds like you're really on the cutting edge when you're like animation, or, everything that's happening at the moment. So imagine if people were, to forget everything that we just spoke about, and you're just to leave them with one thing to remember about Kugali, what would that be?
That's a very good question. Just remember, we're the future. The future belongs to the storytellers, and we are in the generation of owning our story. So watch out for us. Even if this is your first time of hearing about Kugali, trust me, you have, I don't know, a tattoo of Kugali or something very soon. So we are the future. Watch out for Kugali, and we tell African stories. Thank you. Visit our website, buy our comic books. Just reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah.
Definitely do. And if you want to find it, it's spelled KUGALI.com. So it's KUGALI.com, because definitely check out the website. And that is it for today's episode. Hauwa, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. It's been a lot of fun, and definitely I will be checking out your website and checking out some of the stories as well. So I really appreciate that, as I'm sure a lot of our listeners will be as well. So thank you very much. And that is it for today, folks. Looking forward to seeing everybody on the next episode of Pat Monk Presents. So all the best. And
thank you very much.